Hello, hi guys, how are you? This is your sister Grace. I'm a physical therapist, life coach, servant of Jesus Christ, and I'm also bringing you tons and tons of information regarding life in the United Kingdom. For all of you on your journey, keep going, don't give up. UK is an amazing place to live. It opens doors for so many opportunities for you. So make sure you do not give up. So what are we talking about in today's video? So in today's video, I wanted to bring you some information on what you need to know when you're moving to the UK, or what is the best neighborhood to move to. It just depends where you're going to be living, but my really top information or pro tip would be make sure that you actually do your research before you come to the UK. Find out where your job location is, see if you can find accommodation nearer to your job to save on transportation costs. Yes, that's a positive. And also, the most important thing that I would suggest to anybody coming to live and work in the United Kingdom is make sure, if you can help it, try to find jobs that are outside of London. You guys know London is the apple, the capital city. It's like the hustle and bustle of the United Kingdom. It's a very busy city, and therefore a lot of people are looking to live in the capital, and that makes like the cost of living really high. So I would really encourage you to try as much as possible to find accommodation or find jobs that are outside or on the outskirts of London, so that you don't have to face the shock of paying such a high or cost of living when you come to the United Kingdom. So that's just an aside. So today I wanted to talk about how to choose the best neighborhood. So it depends on whether you're coming to the United Kingdom with your family, with children. Personally, for those of you that have family, you might want to think about not only how close is your work to your house where you're living to save on transportation. You might also want to think about things like the schools around the area. What kind of area is it? Is it a very busy area, or is it a very quiet area? Some people like generally quiet, family oriented areas. Those are the kind of areas that I know that people with family like, not too much hustle and bustle, so think about these things, areas that are near to parks, social amenities like the gym or places like that, childcare facilities, again, for those of you that have children. So you might want to take all these things into consideration. Another very important thing that you might want to take into consideration, apart from closeness to where you live, apart from if they have schools available, if you have children that are in school living age, you might also want to think about how close is the school to where you're going to live versus where you're going to work, especially if you have to do childcare activities. That's very important, guys. Make sure you think about that before you start working, so you're not stressed out running from one end to the other to pick up your children, because where they go for school or daycare is so far away from where you're working. Okay, another thing that I really want to talk about is very important is the bus routes. Like, guys, seriously, when you come to London for the first time, even if you are a wonderful driver, you need to know that you need somewhere that has a really good bus route and train routes. Mind you, London is fantastic with their transportation, but you need somewhere that has really good like bus routes and train routes, so that you can be like at work really quickly, or just be where you need to get to ASAP. Okay, so think about any area that has really good bus routes, train routes. That's a fantastic area also to consider. So another thing that I would like to talk about is, depending on where you're living, I would love to think about things like also like the internet connection in your area or electricity in your area, because there are some areas where the electricity costs are usually higher, or the internet connection or reception might not be very good. So I would really, really recommend that you think about areas where their internet connection, where, like, you know, the electricity is not too expensive, so that as you accommodate or adjust when you come to London, you will be able to like manage your bills and, you know, all the other things that you need to juggle. So the last thing that I would always say, which I've said at the beginning, think about going to a smaller town, not a really, really busy area, because the busy areas, the cities, they tend to be more expensive to live in. And, you know, no matter how wealthy you are, you know, you don't want to spend all your money paying bills or spending on unnecessary things where you could have cut costs on, like, a smaller town. I know that even if you're making like 40,000, you still don't want to spend all your money on paying bills. You want to at least save some of that money for other things, like maybe buying a car, maybe going on a vacation, maybe buying your house, relaxation, sending money home to those of you that do. So these are just a few things that I thought about, and I wanted to share this with you as you're planning your journey, applying for jobs, you've gotten your job offers. Think about all these things before you make your move. I hope this one has helped someone. Have a great day.